Hello, welcome to the JJK tier list. It's the first of its kind, and hopefully I keep doing more of these. I really probably enjoy doing them, and we'll see. So first off, obviously it's gonna be JJK, and I'm sorry if the definition doesn't look as great. I try to fix it, but let's get on with it. All right. So the first one we're gonna talk about, it's obviously Hakari. Hakari had a lot to do in the latest chapters, and obviously I think he's gonna be a special grade for sure. One of the new ones at least, now that Gojo is gone and Geto's been gone. And the only reason I put him a special grade, he's probably at the weaker end, is because of his domain expansion. And as we all know, he's pretty much unkillable during that time. I think if he had to have been fighting Sukuna, he would have been pretty good at it. I think he would have stalled a pretty good amount of time. Nowhere near Gojo for sure, but I think he would have had a good time fighting him. Obviously, we know that he kind of just wasn't a standstill with Urame, and that on its own is kind of a feat. I mean, it's a sorcerer from 1,000 years ago, right? So they're bound to be powerful, especially coming from that era back then. So yeah, I'm gonna put him as a pretty low special grade, but he's gonna be there nonetheless. Higaruma. And I would put him as special grade, but I think he's not there yet. I think he's a grade 1 sorcerer for sure. And when you think about it, it's been 2 months. 2 months is not a long time for sorcerers, especially if you just came in and learn all these things. I think just as the manga stated, right, he has the talent to rival Satoru Gojo, and he's a grade 1 just because of that time he hasn't been in as a sorcerer. Obviously his DE, if he 1v1s anyone, it's pretty much game over if he can touch you, right? Or if you get the death penalty. And he can also get an advantage just if it hits, or if it authorizes him to take something away from his opponent, like it did to Sukuna. The other reason that he's going to be grade 1, again, it's just all the talent that he actually has. I mean, he learned to do all these things within the span of 2 months. And, technically he should have won against Sukuna if we didn't go all the way around to, extending the manga, which I guess at this point it really didn't need to be. But yeah, he's going to stay grade 1. For sure in the future, I think he can become special grade. But yeah, we will never know. Ino. So he is a grade 2 sorcerer. I think he would be like in between grade 1 and grade 2 right now. And the only reason for that is because he did get Nanami's curse tool, which also helps a lot, right? He earned that ability, and he didn't really do much in the rest of the story. I mean, he was there for like a split second, but it was like a chapter and a half where he fought Sukuna, and that was about it, right? He didn't do anything else other than survive. So I'm gonna keep him at grade 2 for now. Again, he'll probably be like grade 1 in the future, but that's about it. Kusakabe. So Kusakabe is definitely gonna go on the special grade 1. Not really because there's anything special to it. As we know, like being a special grade 1 is just because you have a position of power, or you hold some type of position where it puts you in that. And then he's the new leader of the, of his school. I don't remember exactly the name, but he's the new leader of it. So that's the only reason I'm granting him a special grade 1. He was already a grade 1 beforehand, so we know he has powerful to it. And he did stop Uzumaki from hitting Miwa back then in the Shibuya incident. He did have a chapter and a half against Sukuna. He did handle himself pretty well. So I think he's going to be staying there. So special grade 1, I don't think he'll ever hit special grade. The Kyoto people, it's everyone minus Mekamaru and Todo, obviously, and they're going to be grade 2. I think you put them all together, they don't really have much to offer, if we're being honest. The only reason they're here is because Kamo is there. He's decent at what he does. He's a decent sorcerer. I think in the future he can get grade 1 for sure, but that's really about it. I don't think he'll be stronger. As we know, Miwa pretty much can't do anything anymore. And the one with the broom, I think I don't even remember her name. That's how relevant she is. Whatever, she's not gonna do anything. Larue, so he's not really a sorcerer for school, but I think he's a pretty good grade 1 sorcerer. Obviously he came in to help against Sukuna with Miguel, and they had a pretty good 2 chapters where they kind of just took his time around, kind of just got him to look at them, and that's really all it was. They weren't finding him to kill, they weren't finding him to like just win, I guess, dude. They were just helping. So yeah, I'm just gonna put him in grade 1. I don't think he's a special grade at all. So yeah, he's gonna be there. Maki. I think Maki's weird, right? Because I think she's a special grade for sure, just because of how the heavily restriction works, especially after her twin died. But I don't know. I mean, she got rid of the whole Zenin clan, right? And even tanked 2 black flashes from Sukuna himself, while also fighting him, which in a pretty good, I wouldn't say evenly matched, but it was pretty good. It was a good few chapters. Eventually she lost, but I think within time she can be like a top special grade. I don't think she can go anywhere near like what the two favorite ones are gonna be. But I don't know. I feel like she's definitely somewhere in the special grade realm. I don't think she deserves to be a grade 1, especially because she got rid of all the special grade ones from the Zenin clan again. So yeah, I think she's just a low end special grade. You know, if there's a continuation, I guess we'll find out. Megumi. He's the special grade 1. Again, I think he at this point is a grade 1 for sure sorcerer. I think he's powerful enough. And although he did have nothing to do in the last, 60 chapters or so of the manga because he was possessed by Sukuna, he is the new head of the Zenin clan. And he does have although not complete, domain expansion, which seems pretty powerful. And again, if it becomes older, for sure it's going to be even better. So yeah, I mean, he has all the tools, he has the talent, and yeah, I mean, as far as what we saw from him before he got taken over, I think he's a grade 1 for sure. Mei Mei, nothing to say. She's just staying grade 1. I don't think she has any powerful abilities or anything like that would make her special grade. And all she really cares about is money, so she's never even going to be thinking about becoming special grade, even if she for some reason could. Yeah, I mean, she didn't do anything against Sukuna other than kind of broadcast the place and have Ui save everyone. So yeah, she's staying grade 1. Miguel. Yeah, Miguel also staying grade 1. I mean, he doesn't have a rank to begin with, but I think he's a top grade 1 sorcerer for sure. I don't think he's special grade. I mean, he needed the whip when dealing with a Gojo back then. And he just came here to kind of stall for the team to fight Sukuna. So yeah, he's definitely just going to stay on the grade 1 tier. I don't think there's much to him. So yeah, let's stay with Nobara. And this is where like Nobara is definitely staying at grade 2. I think she's in between right now as well. As we know, she did defeat a special grade curse back then, but a lot of it was due to Yuuji being there even. So there's not much I can say about that. She only came into the end right after Shibuya, and there was nothing else until the last 5 chapters. And the only reason she helped against Sukuna is because of her ability, not because she's powerful or anything to deal with that, right? So yeah, I think she's in between. She might be a semi-grade 1. But I mean, she's still a student, and technically, I guess at this point, a second year maybe. So yeah, she has more room to grow, but we'll never know. But yeah, she's gonna be grade 2. Shoko, yeah, she's just staying grade 2. Again, she's not really a fighter. She's there to heal and help the team. That's all she does. She's a great healer. I mean, if there was a healing process, she'll probably like special grade in that regard, right? But yeah, just because of what she does, she's just gonna be a grade 2. But she's definitely better than Kyoto's. Everyone. Yeah, Takaba. This guy, special grade for sure. Nothing else. No questions about it. His ability is so broken that, I mean, it can even rival Gojo, right? It's been stated like that. And, I mean, if he thinks something's funny before he says it, it becomes reality. And it's kind of crazy. I mean, we saw his fight with Kenjaku, which was one of the top fights in the whole show. It might have been better than the fight against Sukuna, to be honest. I really enjoyed that. And, yeah, I think he's just special grade. I mean, there's nothing else. If he gains domain expansion, I mean, there's really going to be 0 questions about it, right? But yeah, he belongs in that category. That's all I really can say. Todo. Todo's staying for sure grade 1, even without his ability, since he used the vow. And if what I understood correctly is he can no longer use his Bui Wui, or whatever it's called, I think, yeah. So yeah, he's staying grade 1. I think even without his ability, he's still strong. I mean, he was still pretty much beating down on Yuuji a long time ago, right? And he still holds himself against others without the ability. I don't think that was the main thing about him, but I think that was that kind of pushed him to be in a top grade 1 sorcerer. I think now he's just going to be kind of on the low end grade 1, but yeah, he's going to stay there. This guy, Inumaki. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely staying. I think again, he'll be like Nobara and Ino. They're somewhere in between the grade 1, grade 2. I don't think he has that powerful yet, and obviously he did hold Sukuna for that 1 second. But that's really about it, right? There's nothing else we can say about him. I think he can handle himself, obviously, but not against any of the top opponents. I think he's for sure losing against all of them. And yeah, that's where we're leaving. Utahime, staying with Shoko. Again, she's kind of just more of a support character, so she's going to stay there. And yeah, there's nothing else to do. I mean, all she did was buff Gojo at the end of it. So yeah, now we get to the final 2. And obviously Yuta, he's still a special grade. Nothing about him changed. If anything, I mean, we learn his domain expansion. It's also just as broken as he is, right? He has Rika, he's back in his body. I mean, yeah, come on. There's nothing you can say about Yuta that he's not a special grade anymore. He just belongs there. He might be somewhere in competition with Takaba if he decides to be, anything with the Jujutsu people anymore. But yeah, I think he's probably the top one at the moment. He's definitely number one in the JJK verse. And yeah, that's what we'll do. And the last one, Yuuji. And yeah, I had a lot of thought about Yuuji, not because he's weak or anything, but I didn't know if he belonged in the special grade. But I'm gonna put him there. I think he's with Maki. I think these two are. I think if I was to rank him, it would especially look like that. For sure, he belongs there. But we just don't have enough information of how his domain expansion works, if it can affect others, if it was just about the soul. There's so many questions around him, but there's no doubt that he is, in fact, just broken at this point. He's Mr. Black Flash himself, and I have no questions about it. I had to think a lot about it, but yeah, I think he belongs there. And yeah, I mean, I think that's about it, guys. Honestly, I just really want to make this video because, again, I like tier lists, and this seemed like a good way to kind of send out JJK. But yeah, I mean, if you like this video, let me know. If you have your own comments or questions or concerns or anything like that, by all means, tell me. If you think I'm wrong, also let me know. But yeah, I'll see you guys later.